What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and today I'm actually going to be doing a mock draft video. Daniel Jeremiah came out with his 2.0. I somehow missed his 1.0, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at his 2.0 mock draft. Because like I said, as I go through the offseason and as I go through my learning process, I'm hoping to be able to bring some of that to you guys as well. And it also allows me to make some extra content and stuff too. So I'm going to make a video. We're going to go through that real quick though. Speaking of content, I know I've been saying this a lot, but I'm terrible with like timing. That's one of those things that that's one of the details that I'm very often wrong about when I do evaluations of like anything. Timing, I am so bad at getting right. I'm usually right about what happens, just not at the right time. So, you know, it is what it is. I try to get better at it, but just is what it is. It's one of my flaws. So what I'm talking about is I've been saying a lot about how I'm, you know, getting close now to starting my free agency videos. I've been putting in so much work, bro. Like late nights, really late nights. Like I stayed up till like 5 or 6 in the morning yet last night, and I've stayed up super late working on this shit. It's a lot of fun. That's part of the reason why. I'm also, you know, I'm generally a night person anyway, but I usually go to bed at like 2, 3 in the morning, not 5 or 6. So, anyway, it's been a lot of fun, but I am almost done with the free agency, portion of it. In other words, compiling all the data that I need to make my free agency videos. Now, I've done all of the work for every single position, which is going to be like 10 videos because, you know, I'm going to break down each position group by position group. And then I'll do it again for the draft when it comes to draft prospects we could get, right? So, but I still got a lot more work I need to do in that regard. So that's still going to be a little bit. But this mock draft is part of the data, you know, compilation for that. Anyway, let me stick to the point is I am close and I am going to be getting those videos out to you very, very soon. So just wanted to make sure to let you know about that. I am like icing on the cake for that information. So, you know, I would definitely say over the next few days, you'll start getting my first videos. But the way I'm going to do it, I've thought about it a little more. The way I'm going to do it is I'm actually before. So let's say, because the first video that I'm going to do is probably the offensive line. I might even break that up. So maybe I'll do like, you know, tackles and then center, or, you know, because of the list of prospects, I think it's like, I think my list of left tackles and centers are both kind of short, and my list of like right tackles is longer. So I'll probably break that up into like the 2 short lists and the longer list. But what I'm going to do before I go through the free agents is I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to break down in depth the players that we have on our roster, the same in-depth way that I'm doing for these free agents. So, and that way it'll also allow me to make sure that I give you the most updated, roster that we have in case, you know, they make moves or bring anybody in, right? And then if they do bring anybody in, it'll give us an opportunity to do a deep dive and find out about that player. So anyway, that's how I'm going to do that. Let me go ahead now and get into the purpose of this video, which is, as I mentioned, Daniel Jeremiah's mock 2 draft, or mock draft 2.0. So here we go. Daniel Jeremiah 2022 NFL mock draft 2.0. Bills land another playmaking wide receiver for Josh Allen. Yay! Right? Like, I mean, all right. So I am So this actually is my first time going through this. So it's gonna be fascinating. And look, we could check out the Reuter, Frelund, Zierlein, and Brooks 1.0s as well. And maybe I will actually run through that. So now the college all-star game season is complete. Here's my updated forecast for round 1. So he has the Jags taking Evan Neal. Obviously, one of the top offensive linemen, top offensive tackles, and it's about supporting Lawrence. He says, blah, blah, blah. Aiden Hutchinson, who has risen up the boards and has become the top edge rusher, it appears, by most of the experts and, analysts and stuff like that. So Detroit taking Aiden Hutchinson at 2. Texans with Kyle Hamilton, the top safety, at 3. Jets coming in with Ike Ikwanu. I thought it was Ikwanu. Anyway, another one of the top offensive linemen. And look, real quick, before we get there, I know like a lot of the experts and the analysts are saying that we should go offensive line in the draft. And I get that. And I'm normally that kind of guy. However, and especially considering that we pick at the back end of the first round, it's not like we're in the top half or the top 10 or the top 5, right? Like we don't have, so we're not going to get the best of the best. I mean, look, if this played out, you already have Ikwanu and Neal off the board, 2 of the best, and there's going to probably be a couple more offensive linemen, right? So, but I've been saying it, and it's true. What we need is veteran leadership. So the best way to prioritize it is get those dudes in free agency. God, I can't wait to make my videos on that. So you can see the guys that I've been taking a look at and so on and so forth. But like we need those veteran guys. And that's the place to do it, especially you have all the money. So go pay the money, rebuild the offensive line in free agency, and then that way it frees you up to do either, you could, depending on how the board falls, you can take a running back. I would say the top 3 positions you would try and be aiming for, depending on how the board falls, would be either running back, wide receiver, or linebacker. Again, depending on how the board falls, what you have remaining, and what you think you can get in the second round, because then what you don't get of those 3 positions, you need to come back in the second round for. Those are like my top, or like top 3 positions for me, right? So anyway, let's see. Giants come back with edge rusher Travon Walker at 5. Then he has the Panthers taking Trevor Penning, so another offensive tackle. Drake London, first wide receiver off the board, goes to the Giants and one of the top guys in this draft. Then you get another edge rusher, Kayvon Thibodeau. I mean, getting close to dropping out of the top 10, right? He was at one point earlier on, like a number 1 overall kind of guy, 8 to the Falcons. I mean, that would be a huge pickup after getting like Kyle Pitts on offense this previous year. Anyway, Broncos at number 9 get Jermaine Johnson, another edge. So you can see the patterns that are showing up in his mock draft, right? New York Jets have Sauce Gardner, first corner. Then you get a guard, Kenyon Green to Washington. A corner, Trent McDuffie to Minnesota. Then another edge, George Karlaftis, Browns. So look, so you have a run on offensive linemen, defensive linemen. You got a couple wide receivers so far. You're getting a few of these corners now. Ravens take Stingley. Then you get another edge, David Ojabo, Philadelphia. Then they take defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt. Wide receiver Chris Olave. So wide receivers coming off the board. So now with the way this is falling, you're probably going to want to go either linebacker or running back at the first one. And it looks like, though, you could probably get one of those top 3 running backs, Breece Hall, Isaiah Spiller, or Kenneth Walker in round 2. So maybe the idea is, or maybe the best play then would be linebacker for the Dolphins in round 1, get your running back in round 2, and then maybe try and get a good third round wide receiver. Kenny Pickett to the Saints at 18. Because look, wide receivers, the top prospects at wide receiver are coming off the board. Eagles then take Garrett Wilson, Malik Wilson, quarterback to the Steelers. First linebacker to the Patriots at 21. So Devin Lloyd goes there, but you still got what's his name? Fuck. Nakobe Dean. He's a prospect, a good prospect for the Dolphins to take a look at if he's still available. Charles Crossey, another offensive lineman, goes to the Raiders, which is interesting, a tackle for them after they just took Leatherwood in the first round, although he hasn't been like spectacular by any means. Anyway, Cardinals then take another corner, goes off, Kyler Gordon up, but then there goes Nakobe Dean to the Cowboys, and of course they would take Nakobe Dean because they are great at picking linebackers. And he would be what we need, bro. And they did just take Parsons. I would love to get Nakobe Dean if we go linebacker. But then Treylon Burks. See, and this is the problem, though, with us being so fucking... Because, look, at 15, where did the Eagles pick first? They get an edge. But, look, I mean, there were still wide receivers on the board. There were still linebackers on the board, bro. Like, if we didn't... We could have got Nakobe Dean. If we didn't trade our pick away, so thanks, Chris Greer. Look... He's not... I don't like the trades that he's made, especially over the past 3 years. I think he's been pretty decent at actually picking players overall, except for like the ones that were clearly Brian Flores picks. Like a lot of those were fucking terrible, right? But Gase picks were usually pretty good too. So in the Gase Greer era, pretty much all of their draft picks were pretty good. In the Flores Greer era, the Greer picks were pretty good usually, but the Flores picks were usually fucking terrible. So overall, it made him pretty terrible. But Chris Greer has not been very good, especially the past 3 years, at doing trades. So, I mean, it's fucked us. And this is the problem with us being at 29, because now all of the top positions... I mean, even if we wanted to go offensive line, all the best offensive linemen are gone. Bills then take Treylon Burks. Center Tyler Linderbaum goes to the Titans, so we miss out on the top center. Wide receiver Jameson Williams to the Bucks at 27. Packers, and I don't like this. Boye Mafe edge to the Packers, and then an offensive tackle at 29. Now, I would want to see, he doesn't have a second round here, but I would want to see how, you figure the second round to fall, because sure, we could probably still get one of our top running backs in the second round. Let's see who the rest. So, safety Dax Hill to the Chiefs, offensive tackle Bernard Raymond to the Bengals, who's been linked to the Dolphins at times, and then defensive tackle Jordan Davis. So none of the running backs. So we still could get one of our running backs, but you miss out on like all the... And especially then because I don't like taking a position that's had a run on it, right? Like recently, and especially at the top talent in the early rounds. And that was that was one of my issues with taking Christian Wilkins, is there was a run on defensive linemen and they didn't get the best of the best. So, now Tyler Smith might be good. Smith is a mauler with outstanding quickness, agility, needs to clean up his penalties, which has been, not great for the Dolphins, but I love his upside and temperament. But he seems to be a little bit of a project, even with that very quick analysis, right? So, I don't love that but the problem is at 29, you've missed out on all the top offensive linemen. You've missed out on all of the top, now, linebackers, only a couple linebackers, so you could probably still get a really good linebacker and then go back into the second round and get a running back. But all the wide receivers came off the board, basically, the top ones, right? So it's risky, man. It's a risky thing, and I don't like having the 29th pick, especially because we didn't actually make it that far ourselves. Real quick, let's take a breeze through. Let's see what Reuter has to say. So Jacksonville, he has Evan Neal. Detroit, he then has Hutchinson. And then stupid fucking commercials. And then Malik Willis, he has going to the Panthers at 3, with Kyle Hamilton to the Jets at 4. Iquanu, the Giants at 5. Thibodeau to Houston at 6. Devin Lloyd, linebacker way up there at the Giants. David Ojabo to the Falcons. Kenny Pickett to the Broncos. Sam Howell to the Steelers. So he has a bunch of quarterbacks going. Matt Corral. See, now this is way different. Washington Commanders get Matt Corral, then Derek Stingley to the Vikings. Treylon Burks to the Browns. Get rid of that. Trevor Penning to the Ravens. Charles Cross to the Saints. George Karlaftis to the Eagles. Oh, and this is with a projected trade with the Eagles too, so that's interesting. I see. So he's even got. And look, actually, this would be interesting because Terran Armstead would be a good pickup for us. Anyway, so let's see. Where was I? Jordan Davis to the Chargers. Sauce Gardner to the Eagles. Linderbaum to the Eagles. London to the Jets. Jermaine Johnson to the Packers. Jameson Williams to the Raiders. Trent McDuffie to the Cardinals. Garrett Wilson to the Cowboys. You're still losing on a top of the, in this one, you're still missing out top offensive linemen. A bunch of the wide receivers are going. Some of the, one linebacker's gone, although he has a bunch of quarterbacks. Andrew Booth to the Bills. Nakobe Dean, though, then goes to the Titans. Zion Johnson to the Bucks. Zion Johnson was still there in Jeremiah's version, and he's been linked to the Dolphins, too. Ryan Jensen's on my list of free agents. Anyway, wide receiver George Pickens to the Patriots. Drake Jackson, edge to the Jets. Oh, and that's with our pick. So, hold on. So we don't even pick? In the first round? What the fuck? Oh my God, bro. Although I will say this, my general philosophy is if you don't like it, that honestly though, I'm kind of like poo-pooing about it, but that's the thing though, is honestly, if you don't really like what your options are, because like, let's say Daniel Jeremiah's version of how this turned out, right? So offensive linemen gone, wide receivers, you lose on some of the really intriguing linebackers. I mean, there's still probably, now I haven't really done much of my draft analysis yet, and as I've explained to you guys, my lack of experience and history in that area before and playing football, scouting, coaching, all of that stuff. So understand it is a very limited knowledge base, and I haven't done any real research yet because I've been working on free agency. But if you don't like your options, and if all the wide receivers have gone, you feel confident you can get one of those top 3 running backs in the second round. I mean, no running back is gone yet in these two guys' mock drafts so far. Chiefs take a corner, Bengals take defensive tackle, and then another quarterback goes to the Lions at 32. So, honestly, trading back and accruing some more capital so that way you can take some more, especially then, because then what that allows you to do potentially is it allows you to sort of move up in the next round, right? Because then, like, we do have our own second round pick, if I'm not mistaken. So that will be in like the middle of the second round, but then you have the 49ers, which is at the very end of the second round, right? So you'd still have to wait to the very back end to get the 49ers pick there. He does a whole bunch he does round 2. Actually, let's take a quick look at his round 2. Because then he has Jacksonville wide receiver. God damn these things. Dax Hill. Then, see, look, because then at 35, he has this, then taking Kenyon Green, offensive guard. We need tackles and centers, so I don't like that pick. But I wouldn't mind then having the 35th pick, so that way you can get, Breece Hall then goes there. You could get Breece Hall. You could get Chris Olave. You could get Justin Ross. You could get Damon Clark. You could get, because before we pick again, right? I mean, some of these other guys, but then we do get Isaiah Spiller at 50, so that's pretty solid, right? That's with our actual pick. But then you miss on Kenny Walker goes to the Cardinals, but you got Isaiah Spiller. I really need to fucking... And then who do we take? And then that's it. Wait. We only had 2 picks. We should have the 49ers pick in this round too, I would think. Anyway, whatever. Let's see what Frelund's got to say. Let's kind of just breeze through these a little bit and see what they got to say. So she has...
Tractor Supply has everything you need to dig in.
These stupid commercials every time I change the fucking page. Jesus Christ. Good Lord. Anyway, so Evan Neal to the Jags, then she has Aiden Hutchinson to the Lions, Texans, then take Kayvon Thibodeau, Sauce Gardner to the Jets, Ike Mekwonu. So, what is it? Anyway, whatever. Maybe one of them's his nickname. I don't know. Giants, Kyle Hamilton. I really need to get more involved in the draft and college prospects, but I am working on it. And like I said, this offseason, I am going to delve a lot deeper into it. So Karlaftis to the Giants at 7, Wilson to the Falcons, Devin Lloyd goes to the Broncos at 9, Charles Cross to the Jets, Kenny Pickett to the Commanders, Stingley to Vikings, Drake London to the Browns, Ojabo to the Ravens, Trayvon. She has a lot of edge rushers going early. Trevon Walker to the Eagles, Treylon Burks then to the Eagles, Nakobe Dean then to the Chargers. So losing out on wide receivers and linebackers in this version. Matt Corral going to the Saints, then Kenyon Green to the Eagles, Bernard Raymond to the Steelers, Jameson Williams to the Patriots, Chris Olave to the Raiders. So yeah, definitely now losing out on a lot of the top wide receivers. Jermaine Johnson to the Cardinals, Dax Hill to the Cowboys, Trent McDuffie to the Bills, Tyler Linderbaum now to the Titans, Khair Elam to the Bucks. Packers get defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt, and then we come up with Trevor Penning, offensive tackle. So at least we took the better position, right? Like, we need a tackle much more than we need a guard for sure, because Robert Hunt has got right guard, absolutely, and then you've got, Dieter and Eichenberg and Jackson, 3 other high picks, and not to mention Kinley. You got all of those guys that can fight for the left guard position, and as long as you solidify right tackle, left tackle, and center, and you should have plenty of opportunity. I mean, especially with all of the offensive linemen being mocked to the Dolphins in various different ways, and what that should be one of your top. Certainly, it's my number one free agent target is offensive linemen, and there's some good ones out there. Spend your money, bro. You should be able to revamp that offensive line. So, Kyler Gordon to the Chiefs, and then Daniel Falele to the Bengals, and then Jahan Dotson to the Lions to round out her first round mock draft. Cynthia Frelund. Okay, and then there was one more, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, there was 2 more. There was Zierlein and Brooks. So let's just really quick run through these just to see what they have to say.
You told me. Everybody knows you're fast.
Oh, it's really annoying.
This week you could play.
It's really annoying. Anyway, so Evan Neal is the consensus number 1 pick. Aiden Hutchinson seems to be up there. Detroit Lions, and then Ekwonu, Giant, and then Kyle Hamilton to the Jets. Stingley to the Texans. This is after a trade. Charles Cross to the Panthers. Thibodeau to the Giants. Treylon Burks to the Falcons. Ojabo to the Broncos. Gardner to the Jets. Pickett to the Commanders. McDuffie to Vikings. Johnson to the Browns. Walker to the Ravens. So a lot of defensive linemen again here. A couple of wide receivers already. Some offensive linemen. Kenyon Green to the Eagles. Now Drake London to the Eagles. Some quarterbacks. Jeremiah didn't have very many quarterbacks, huh? Everybody else seems to have more quarterbacks, but Jeremiah, I think, had like 1 in his entire first round. Steelers then take Malik Willis, a projected trade with the Chargers. Olave to the Saints. Brisker to the Eagles. Penning to the Chargers. Lloyd, then here we go. There's a linebacker, the Patriots. Wilson to the Raiders. So definitely a bunch of wide receivers. Gordon to the Cardinals. Raymond to the Cowboys. Bills take Davis. Johnson to the Titans. Corral to the Bucks. Dean, there goes Dean to the Packers. Then we do get a wide receiver here. So Jameson Williams, he is recovering from a torn ACL, has the speed to fit beautifully. I mean, I would be wary on taking a guy who's just come off an injury. I get that, if you handle him properly and over time, but I would, if there's a better option there, then, I would probably go that. But again, I mean, it totally does depend. I mean, in this version, a bunch of the other top guys, I mean, London was gone and a bunch of the top guys. So, I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough being at 29. Karlaftis to the Chiefs. At least it's tough if you didn't if you made it this far, odds are your team is not really decimated or filled with holes, right? So you probably only have a couple things you really need to address anyway. So it's not that big a deal picking at the back end of the first round or the back end of the round, right? So, But with us, we have so many holes to fill. It's like, fuck, bro, we need to wait. Anyway, Chiefs, and there is always possibilities of trading up, but I really don't want to do that because I want more chances, bro. We have so much to fill, and especially with the way a lot of these mock drafts are falling, like, you're losing out on a lot of the top talent at wide receiver, linebacker, offensive line, the top positions that you need, right? Like, so I don't know, it's tough. But anyway, and then Quay Walker to the Lions. And then we got one more to just take a quick breeze through just so you can look at them all. And let's see, Brooks. So we'll take a look at Brooks. So Brooks has Evan Neal to the Jags.
Tractor Supply has...
Jesus Christ. Lions take Aiden Hutchinson. Texans then take Kayvon Thibodeau. Jets take Iquanu. Giants take Cross. Panthers Gardner. Giants Ojabo. Falcons Stingley. Broncos Pickett. Jets get Wilson. Matt Corral to the football team, or Commanders. Karlaftis to Vikings. Browns take London. I don't like his format so much here. It's throwing me off because all the other ones were like the other way, and they were all like uniform. This dude's being like against the grain and shit. Anyway, which I don't normally have a problem with, generally speaking, but like, it's just throwing me off here a little bit. But top wide receiver goes to the Browns. Tyler Linderbaum to the Ravens. Kyle Hamilton all the way down to 15. He didn't make it this far in any of the other mock drafts. To the Eagles. Treylon Burks then goes to the Eagles at 16. Chargers then take Penning. Saints take Olave. Eagles take Johnson. So losing out on a lot of wide receivers here. Steelers then take Walker. Devin Lloyd to the Patriots. Jordan Davis to the Raiders. Cardinals take McDuffie. Cowboys Green. Bills McCreary. Titans take Jahan Dotson. So another receiver. Cornerback Khair Elam to the Bucks. Packers take Leal. First time you've seen him in one of these. Dolphins that... Oh, Nakobe Dean, though. I fucking love that. Oh, I love that. Bro, absolutely love that. If we could get Nakobe Dean with this pick, bro, honestly, and with the way... I mean, just a quick run through of all of these mock drafts. If we could get Nakobe Dean in the first round and then get one of those three running backs... I don't care which one, Kenneth Walker, Isaiah Spiller, or Breece Hall. Any one of those motherfuckers. If we could get Nakobe Dean in the first... Okay, motherfucker went against the grain with his layout and shit, but I like his the best because, bro, hey, real quick, and then Daxton Hill to the Chiefs. Bengals take Raymond. Lions take Bell. Bro, if we could get Nakobe Dean in the first round and then come back and get one of those running backs in the round 2... I'm still obviously going to care about the rest of the draft and what we do, but those first two round picks would be like home runs, in my opinion, and give us the fucking best. And I know the defense is pretty much there, but we could be losing some key pieces, and that is a top area of need for this team as a whole, and one of the biggest weaknesses, bro, and that would really just... instantly, I mean, God forbid, knock on wood or whatever, like, unless he suffered an injury or something, that would just completely revamp our linebacking core. And if we can manage to not lose some prominent guys like maybe Ogba and Howard, for example, right? Like, pay those guys, give them contracts, then we can retain the potency of our defense. Because then the rest of the guys, we have young safeties. We've got, you know, these young linebacker pass rushers, young defensive linemen for the most part, right? Like with Wilkins, give him his 5th-year option. Obviously, Phillips is on a rookie contract. So is Raekwon Davis, right? So like, bro, you would be good. That would be a dream scenario for me. And then you could probably still get maybe a Justin Ross or something like that in the 3rd round, right? And get a wide receiver in the 3rd round. So, or we do have, hold on. I'm pretty sure we have 2 picks in the fucking 2nd round. I'm tripping, but I swear to God we have 2 picks in the 2nd round. Anyway, that is going to wrap that up though. So, a lot of good stuff there, though. A lot of really interesting stuff. But with the way all that looks, because I'm just like, I'm trying to put them all together in my head, and with the way it's all falling, bro, like it looks like that may be what would be the best case scenario for the Dolphins. Somehow get Nakobe Dean in round 1, and then get one of those running backs in round 2, and then probably go running wide receiver, or maybe then even offensive line in round 3, depending on how the board falls, and so on and so forth. And you know what you think you have the better prospect out of those positions, and then just go fucking, bro, like that would be that for me. That's a dream. For me, that's a dream. And so I'm hoping some shit like that could happen, but we'll see. And the thing is, bro, as of right, I still got to get my tickets. That I haven't seen them. They haven't gone on sale yet. I'm like anxiously awaiting ticket sales for that shit, bro, because I'm supposed to be going to the motherfucking draft this year. And so, God, if I could go, like I've never been, it's a dream scenario, even just being able to go. If I'm able to go, tickets are the one thing I'm waiting on. I got my hotel. Everything else I can get finalized once I get those tickets, and I'm for sure going, or the ticket, because I'm going by myself. But the one ticket, you know, once I get that, it's a for sure thing. Everything else will be finalized shortly after that, and I'll be ready to go. But that's a dream come true for me, to even be able to go to the draft. But if I could go, and if we take Nakobe Dean and then a Breece Hall or a Kenneth Walker or a Spiller in round 2, oh my God, I'll be like, my face will be melting, bro, and I'll be so fucking pumped. I'll be so pumped, because there's a lot to like about the offensive coaching staff. There's a lot to like about Mike McDaniel. And there's even some stuff, even though there's some concerns on the defensive side with the coaching staff, there are also some like exciting things there too. And the defense is certainly more ready-made and easier to carry over than the offense is. So there's room for optimism, bro. And if we could have a draft like that, boy, oh boy, that would be fucking amazing and just a complete dream come true. So we'll see how it all plays out. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I can't wait. And so join me for all that. And like I said, I'm going to be taking the show on the road for those 3 days. So they'll expect a lot of stuff to come from that. I'll probably be doing what most likely I'll do is I'll probably be doing a lot of like stuff on Instagram, little clips here and there, checking out the scenes and stuff like that, whatever. Obviously, it's going to be hard to, like, you can't really record inside, you know, during the draft and everything. So, you know, I'll do what I can where I can. And I'll probably post stuff there, and then I'll try and compile, but I am going to try and take a lot of overall footage, because I have a GoPro and stuff like that I'm going to bring with me. And so I'm going to try and do that, and then, you know, I'll put together like the best of my time there, and put a little mashup together of what, you know, what I did and what I saw and my experiences and all the fun and stuff like that. So, and I'm going to be decked out, bro. Like, I am going to be head to toe in all kinds of Dolphins gear. So it's going to be fun. I can't wait. I'm pumped. And I can't wait, bro. It's so close yet so far. I mean, the end of April will be here before you know it. Like I said, I am just anxiously awaiting those ticket sales, man, because I want to procure my ticket so I know that I have it and I'm ready, and it's going to be a fucking blast. So anyway, let me wrap up. Before I get out of here, make sure you check out the Rave On Sports App, the new fan-driven sports app for all of your sports, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, college, whatever you like, they got it, and they are looking to enhance your game day experience with live play-by-play coverage, live chats with other fans and content creators like myself, while also providing you with an arena to dispute all of the terrible officiating. So make sure you look for the links to that in the description box. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. Of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at DillonTartaro, as well as on Instagram at Dolphins_with_Dillon. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Phins up.
7 seconds left. Tannehill will throw it. And this will end it after the shuttle. taken place here in South Florida. The Dolphins have done it. They keep their season alive. 69 yards. Wow. Pure joy. Miami wins it.